Good morning, students. Today we study about the interactions among population. In nature, the presence of other organisms of different species is an unavoidable and also a necessary part of the environment. The existence of other species may be important in the provision of food, shelter, or some other necessity. Various kinds of animals and plants are undesirable neighbors and influence each other's life and also modify the environmental factors. Actually, living organisms are most potent factors in the growth and development of each other. The interaction, it may be intraspecific and or interspecific interaction. That is intraspecific, the individuals of a species influence each other in a variety of ways which determine the intraspecific interactions. These may be the mass assemblage of the individuals of the same species, hunting packs of predators, gregarious and social forms. The association of the individuals of a species may be temporary. Their relationship may be beneficial or harmful, affecting a single animal or a group of animals or even the whole community. The association may be either temporary or permanent, affecting the following biological environmental factors. The factors are competition for food and competition between sexes. When population of plants and animals increase, competition among the individuals of the same species also increase and is increased continuously till the carrying capacity of environment is reached. The overproduction of plants and animals lead to competition for food among them due to similar requirements. Healthy individuals get the benefit while the weaker have to suffer and they may become dead or sometimes leave their environment for another place. Competition between sexes. The competition of several members of one sex for a limited number of the opposite sex may lead to dispersal or possibly extermination, either of which may influence their distribution in that area. This competition deals with mating, parental care, and family life. The association of sexes may be temporary, as in swarms, hibernating assemblage, or it may also be enduring. In many worms, the male is often carried and nourished by the females. Then the interspecific interactions. It is the relationship between the individuals of different species. It involves interrelation between plant species, interrelation between animal species, and interrelation between plants and animals. The interrelationship may be either temporary or lifelong. It may be beneficial or harmful or without any effect. There are several categories of interspecific interrelationship. They are commensalism, mutualism, parasitism, predation, and competition. First one, commensalism. When one species benefits and the other is neither benefited nor harmed, commensalism exists. Example, lianas, epiphytes. In lianas, these are vascular plants rooted in the ground and maintain erectness of their stems by making use of other objects for support. Thus, with much economy of mechanical tissue, they are able to get better light. Lianas are common in dense forests of moist tropical climates. They maintain no direct nutritional relationship with the trees upon which they grow. Common lianas are species of Bauhinia, Ficus, Tinospora. Then epiphytes. Epiphytes are plants growing on other plants. They use other plants only as support and not for water or food supply. They differ from lianas in that they are not rooted into the soil. Epiphytes may grow on trees, shrubs, or larger submerged plants. They grow either on the trunks or leaves. Epiphytes are most common in tropical rainforest. Many orchids, bromeliads, hanging mosses, usnea, and Alepteria are well-known epiphytes. In epiphytes, there is a special layer, velamen, over the root surface. The cells of the velamen are whitish, which can take up abundant water rapidly from the atmosphere. Then mutualism. When both the species get benefited from association and are unable to survive separately, the association is called mutualism. Mutualism usually benefits both species to the extent that one cannot exist without the other. Mutualism relationship provide essential nutrients for the species, protection from predators and parasites. Mutualism, examples of mutualism between two plant species, that is mycorrhizae. Mycorrhizae, it is the association between the fungus and the roots of other plants. This fungus grows on the outside surface of plant. Ectotrophic mycorrhizae are very common in nature on pine, oak, and beech. Endotrophic ones occur in red maple and are common in roots and other tissue of many orchids, members of Ericaceae. In ectotrophic mycorrhizae, the fungal hyphae are the natural substitute of root hairs, absorbing water and nutrients from the soil. In some cases, the plants are restricted in their distribution to acidic soils which suit to the fungus partner. In endotrophic mycorrhizae, fungi occur internal to the root tissue. Mutualism between animal and plant species. The examples are Zooxanthellae and Zooxanthellae. Some unicellular plants, especially algae known as Zooxanthellae, live symbiotically in the outer tissue of certain sponges, coelacanths, mollusks, and worms. Some brown or yellow cells, probably flagellates, are also present. Algae are photosynthetic and produce nitrogenous compound beneficial to host, and in exchange they obtain material released by metabolism of host animals. The unicellular green algae, Chlorella, lives within the gastrodermal cells of Hydra. Algae through photosynthesis provide food and oxygen to Hydra, which in turn provides shelter, nitrogen waste, and carbon dioxide to Chlorella. Similar relationship exists between algae, Zooxanthellae, and Alphanarian. Second, the pollination of flowers by bees, moths, and butterflies, and occasionally by hummingbirds is another example of animal-plant mutualism. The animals derive food from the nectar or other products of the plant, and in return carry pollens from the anther of one flower to the stigma of another, thus ensuring cross-pollination. Mutualism, mutual defense in ants and acacia. A mutualistic system of defense has been achieved by swollen thorn acacia and their ant inhabitants in the New World tropics. The ants depend on acacia tree for food and place to live, and the acacia depends on the ants for protection from herbivores and neighboring plants. Mutualism between two animal species, microorganisms and cellulose digestion. Interspecific mutualism is nicely demonstrated. The flagellate protozoans, Trichonympha, an obligate anaerobe in the guts of several species of wood-eating termites, where it digests cellulose. Trichonympha also occurs in the alimentary canals of wood-eating roach, Cryptocerus. The termites and roach reduce the wood to small fragments, passing them through the alimentary canal to hindgut, where the protozoans digest the cellulose, changing it into sugar. The host benefits the protozoa by removing harmful metabolic waste products and maintaining anaerobic conditions in the intestine. Next is interaction is parasitism. Parasitism is a kind of harmful coaction between two species. It is the relation between two individuals where one individual is called parasite, receives benefit at the expense of the other individual called as host. Parasitism is mainly a food coaction, but the parasite derives shelter and protection from the host as well. The parasite usually parasitize a host which is larger in body size than it. Further, a parasite does not ordinarily kill its host, at least not until the parasite has completed its reproductive cycle. The parasites, they may be ectoparasite, means occur outside the host, or endoparasite, which occurs within the body of the host. Endoparasites usually live in alimentary tract, body cavities, various organs or blood or other tissue of the host. Ectoparasites may be parasitic only in immature stages. Only the adult parasite on birds and mammals, or both larvae and adults, may be parasitic. The blood-sucking lice and flies, biting lice, mites, and ticks that occur on birds, mammals, and sometimes reptiles. Parasites may be full-time parasites or part-time parasites. Mosquitoes and bugs that suck the blood of their host are temporary parasites. Some temporary parasites spend only a part of their life cycle as parasites. Permanent parasites, however, spend their life completely on other organisms. The common example of permanent parasites are Plasmodium and Entamoeba and other protozoan pathogens, different platyhelminthes, nematodes, arthropods, etc. The examples of parasitism in plant, they are Cuscuta. It is a vascular plant parasite, grow on the other plants on which they depend for nourishment. The young stem coils around the host stem, from which adventitious roots develop that finally penetrate the stem of the host, establishing relationship with its conducting elements, that is xylem and phloem. The specialized roots are called hosteria. Other examples of such association are Rafflesia is found on roots of Vitis. Members of family Loranthaceae are partial stem parasites. They grow rooted in branches of host tree. Others like Santalum album is the partial root parasite. Their roots are attached to the host plant. Then hyperparasites. These are the fungi growing parasitically on other parasites. For example, the fungus Verticillium found on hyperparasite on Coccinia. Some plants also live as epiphytes on animals. The green alga grows on the long grooved hairs of the sloth. Since this alga often becomes quite abundant to give the animal a greenish appearance, the sloth presumably derives some advantage in concealment as it sleeps on tree tops. Next interaction, it is predation. Predation occurs when members of one species eat those of another species. This involves the killing of the prey. Most of the predatory organisms are animals, but there are some plants also. Four types of predations have been recognized. They are herbivores, carnivores, insect parasitism, and cannibalism. Herbivores are animals that prey on green plants or their seeds or fruits. Often the plants eaten are not killed but may be damaged. Typically, Typical predation occurs when carnivores prey on herbivores or on other carnivores. Insect parasitism is another form of predation in which the insect parasite lays eggs on or near the host insect, which is subsequently killed and eaten. Cannibalism is a special form of predation in which the predator and prey are from the same species. Predation is an important ecological process from three points of view. One, effect of predation on a population may be to restrict distribution or reduce abundance. If the affected animal is a pest, predation appears useful. Second, along with competition, predation is the second major process which affects community structure. Third, predation is a major selective force and many adaptations such as warning coloration have their explanation in predator-prey co-evolution. And last, that is interaction, it is competition. The presence of other organisms may limit the distribution of some species through competition. Such competition can occur between any two species that use the same sort of places. There are two different types of competition: resource competition, interference competition. In interference, there are subtypes: intraspecific and interspecific competition. Resource competition occurs when a number of organisms utilize common resources that are in short supply. Interference competition occurs when the organism seeking a resource harm one another in the process, even if the resource is not in short supply. The competition may be interspecific or intraspecific. Intraspecific competition is responsible for leveling off or fluctuations around a certain density of population. Interspecific competition, if two different species population require a common resource for living, and if this resource is potentially or actually limiting, then the two species are said to be in competition for it. One species only survives, it being the one with the greatest negative effect on its competitor. Both the species coexist indefinitely. This occurs when interspecific competition is less intense than intraspecific one in both species. The species beginning at higher density persists and the other is eliminated. Example, Gauss studied the growth pattern of two species of Paramecium. when cultured together and separately. Each species population has a sigmoid growth pattern when grown independently. However, when both species grow together, their growth pattern were sigmoid in the first week, but later there was a gradual increase of Paramecium aurelia and gradual decrease of Paramecium caudatum. Paramecium aurelia too did not grow to the level it had done when grown separately. Thus, this experiment confirmed the competitive exclusion principles. This is all about the interaction among population. The interactions are association, it is intraspecific, and interspecific are commensalism, mutualism, parasitism, predation, and competition. This is, thank you.